Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with me, Mike, and T-Roy. What up, T?
How are you?
Look at that fancy haircut.
Yeah, I got her all cleaned up today.
Handsome bastard. Was our girl back?
Of course.
There you go.
Yeah. She's in and out of here. I think she might be smuggling or something.
Yeah,
She's
right?
in and out of between here and the Dominican an awful lot lately.
Yeah, right? Leaning on COVID policy
Sure.
to not come back.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know a lot of people, I had mentioned last week maybe having Jenny Fedorovich, a Russian friend, on today. She was on a little retreat.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask her all about that.
Yeah, can't wait.
She was in I know she'd been going round the clock for weeks dealing with everything that's going on in Ukraine, and there was a lot of bullets flying here behind the scenes.
Very little sleep, I would imagine. Too,
Yeah.
Over the last couple weeks.
She was gone and unreachable for a few days, but she just texted me. She just got back. So I said, why don't you come in tomorrow? So James, if you're listening, you can tune in today.
Okay.
And but
Precursor.
she'll be here tomorrow. So
Looking forward to it.
yeah, I said, let's go to lunch. I'll take you to lunch. And then come out. She's like, let's do it. We'll do the show. And so that'll be exciting. I'm sure she's got a lot to unload.
That's the way you got to do it, though. If you're going to unplug, man, you got to unfucking plug.
Yeah.
You got to totally disconnect. 'Cause
And
if you're still doing stuff, it's you blow it.
And there were some big things going on behind the scenes, like that needed responses to.
Yeah.
And she was dark. So I had to get with a couple people and be like, look, she's dealing with a spiritual healer at this point, so just let her go home in the fucking woods for a couple days.
Align those chakras, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun for tomorrow, and get her on and blah blah blah. I got some exciting news today. It turns out more people are listening to us than I thought.
Really?
I don't need to divulge numbers, but it's in the thousands.
Oh, good.
Which is good. I was honestly like, there's like 50 people listening.
You never know. I mean,
It's
a weird thing to actually get any kind of real feedback.
As long as I was gone and as short a time as we've been back, so I'm excited about that. I wish people would email more. Honestly, that's some people's favorite segment. People emailing in. Walters at DetroitCast.com. For the time being, that email is working and up, and some people email. I don't read all of them, but
you seem to be checking it pretty adamantly. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Well, now that I don't have Jay here, making sure it's being checked.
I've been very specific not to give mine out.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, but they can get to you through me.
Yeah, I know.
Which is good. If you have any comments, questions, whatever, thoughts on
sure.
shit, I love hearing from people. I don't usually respond. I respond on the show, so don't take offense if I don't write back. But Walters at DetroitCast.com, and we certainly appreciate that.
Yeah.
A lot going on in the world. I'm going to leave most of the Ukrainian stuff for tomorrow.
That seems to make sense.
That's kind of my go-to now, unless Jenny's here who can add something. But I will say it was funny that Elon Musk challenged Vladimir Putin to a fight. What's this guy doing, man?
Yeah.
Eccentric billionaire. It's just hilarious.
I'd put my money on Putin. I'm not going to lie.
Would you really?
Oh yeah.
Why? Because he's a judo black belt.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah, but have you seen him in his video? Like, that's like
I just picture him like fucking yoked without a shirt on, riding a horse through the mountains or whatever that meme or picture is of him.
He's 65 now, though, and I watched.
That's okay, but you can be a badass fucking 65-year-old.
Well, your dad was,
and I don't think Musk is like tough.
But I watched video of him in his judo class, and I watched him body slam the same guy like 6 times, and the guy was like jumping to follow through on the body slam. It was just like
I'm sure he
slap
didn't
and
earn
tickle,
it.
slap and tickle going on, and then Putin would slam, and you're like, no. If that guy is not even trying even a little.
Yeah.
He knows he can't fucking scratch.
He's not very big, is he?
Putin?
Yeah.
He's like 5'3".
Yeah, he's tiny. It's funny how that works.
Yeah, he's just a wisp of a man.
He looks like he'd be big. He doesn't look small until you see him in like a picture.
Oh, him standing next to Trump?
Right?
Looks like Andre the Giant standing next to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
With him and Un are eye to eye.
Yeah. Un's got his little stiletto boots on. But, yeah, I'm starting to think, like, they're overblown about how good he is at judo.
Yeah. Well, those are ceremonial, I'm sure. He didn't really earn his black belt.
Yeah. He says, I hereby challenge Vladimir Putin to a single combat. Stakes are Ukraine.
Okay.
Musk capped off the challenge with a direct reference to the Kremlin. Do you agree to this fight? He wrote, tagging the Kremlin's official Twitter account. So the Kremlin's Twitter account is active, but Donald Trump is the main threat
That's
to the
funny.
world. Isn't that hilarious?
That is pretty funny.
So the Saudi family, their Twitter's
still on.
good.
Yep.
I think ISIS accounts are still up.
That is.
But Donald Trump is the ultimate threat.
ISIS,
Ooh.
right? And there's his all.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. It's too obvious, folks. It's too obvious now.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even trying to hide it anymore. The absurdity is too fucking obvious. So yeah, he said they said the billionaire may be biting off more than he can handle in challenging the former head of the KGB. Russian president is a judo black belt and even co-authored a book about the sport titled Judo: History, Theory, Practice. He was made honorary president of the International Judo Federation in 2008, but he's been suspended from that role.
Okay, that's one of his things. Sanctions.
Yeah.
Got that yanked.
Yeah.
Like a Cosby degree.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's bullshit that you can strip
Like a
these
Heisman.
degrees. Yeah, I think that's bullshit. No, like, okay, if someone becomes the world's greatest mass murderer, but they won the Heisman in '73, like,
Yeah.
all right.
They still won the
Hey,
Heisman.
man, he won the fucking Heisman.
You won them both. Yeah.
It's not like if you could point to, oh, he was on steroids the whole time he was at USC, and so he cheated the whole. No, that doesn't exist.
That's what they did after.
It's what he did after. Like, all right, yeah, OJ's a piece of shit, but you can't take the fucking Heisman. Those honorary degrees too.
Apparently they can.
You want to line yourself up with Dr. Bill Cosby and give him a fucking honorary degree? You eat that shit for the rest of your life.
Yep.
They're stupid to begin with.
You backed that horse.
Yeah, that's the horse you backed, and forever.
Yeah.
You don't just get to take it back.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
You
Temple.
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, you lost big there. He made millions of dollars for you when he was fucking wearing Temple sweatshirts everywhere.
Yeah.
He's still, as far as I'm concerned, he's still an honorary doctor at Temple.
I didn't take it away.
No, me either.
Or the Heisman. As
And
far as I'm concerned, I still call him the Heisman winner.
Yeah, OJ's a Heisman winner.
All of it.
They melted that Heisman trophy down.
Did they really?
Yes, the guy that bought it at
I was
auction
going to say, did he hawk it?
melted it down.
He sold all his shit.
How stupid is that? How cool would it be to have OJ's actual Heisman trophy?
I can't believe they
You
melted,
melted it down. What, virtue signal how awesome you are?
That probably made it way more valuable. Wouldn't it? Having OJ's
Yeah.
rescinded Heisman
Yeah.
would make that valuable as shit.
Well, value is tricky. Tom Brady's last touchdown ball, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. Still could be. Could blow out a knee in the preseason, never play a game.
No. His last touchdown pass was to Mike Evans, and Mike Evans hands the ball to someone in the crowd, and it went up for auction this weekend and closed Saturday night, and someone bought Tom Brady's final touchdown pass football for $518,000. Now, why would that be funny today?
That
T?
is hysterical as Brady comes out of retirement.
Less than 24 hours later.
Yeah.
Did that ball just go down to its retail value of
Basically,
$80?
yes. That is now a $100 ball probably. But like I said, what if something crazy happens and he never plays another down and it still ends up being, as of right now, it's still his last one?
Yeah. No, it's not going to be his last one.
Yeah.
You know it's not going to be his last one. How pissed. Although if you can blow $518,000 on a football,
Yeah.
you're probably a billionaire anyways.
That's true.
So what does it really matter? But it's kind of hilarious thinking the guy retired.
Man, that's fucked. That poor bastard.
Poor bastard. Really? You would think Brady would be aware of an auction like that. Like, hey, we're selling your final touchdown ball. Is there, you've hinted at things over the last couple of weeks.
Right.
Might want to pull that one off the block. I don't think we've reached the finale of that. But how about the fan who had the ball and got rid of that, just became a $500,000.
Yeah.
By
Just under the wire. Yeah, great call.
He came in, the doors were shut like this, and he just slid through, man.
That is pretty amazing. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. I felt bad for the guy. But what a great win for the dude that sold it.
Awesome win.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if there was insider information on that? That's why he put it up so quick.
Dude, those players, the amount of insider information they could have
That's what I'm
as
saying.
far as gambling or stuff like that. I mean, you could rake it if you were smart.
Yeah.
You could kill it. But yeah, the big news last night: Tom Brady coming out of retirement,
Coming back.
coming back to Tampa.
We'll see if he still actually plays there. I wouldn't be surprised if they do some sort of a trade or something.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Well,
think that's
because I think they could. They didn't have to let him out of that contract. I don't think. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but they still had him for a year extension, right? So
Yeah.
they either had to forego it, waive it, cut him, let him retire and
Right.
I don't think you can technically do that. Like, but you can't.
No,
submit
he's still
your,
under contract.
Yeah, you can't submit your official like retirement. There's like two ways from retiring.
Right.
Like, there's a secondary that makes it final. That, but
Well, from what I understand, the way it went down was Brady had signed originally a 2-year deal. And at the end, towards the end of that first year or after that first season, he signed a 1-year extension. And that was only done to lower his cap hit so that they could sign other players in the offseason. So his initial commitment was a 2-year thing. He gave them 2 years and a Super Bowl. So the experts I've heard talk about it say it would be near impossible for management, ownership of the Bucs if Brady wanted to say go to the 49ers, which a lot of people thought.
Yeah.
That's where he's from, his family's from, childhood team growing up. They have a weird situation with Garoppolo and Trey Lance. So if he wanted to go there, he's got a really good argument, and they would be really dicks to hold him to that 3rd year,
Yeah.
knowing that he only did that so that they could sign other players.
Fair.
He took one for the team, essentially.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to hold out for something.
Yeah.
I could see a Garoppolo deal,
Brady
plus
deal.
and some picks. At least
And
get
that's
something
what
out
he
of it rather
wanted.
than just walking.
That's what he wanted 2 years ago. That famous comment when he goes, "You're going with that fucking guy?"
Yeah.
He was talking about Garoppolo.
Right.
Was when he was interested originally leaving the Pats, going to the Niners, and they were like, "Oh, we got Garoppolo. He just took us to a Super Bowl." And they're like, "You fucking kidding me? You're going with that fucking guy?" That was his famous quote.
Yeah. So I could see that's the only way I could see that maybe happening is them going, hey, we're going to let you, we don't want to get totally nothing in this deal.
Yeah.
So we'll make it a sweetheart deal. You can go there. We'll take a something, Garoppolo and a couple of picks.
Yeah.
Something, and seems fair to everybody, I would think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair necessarily for him to be able to just walk and sign somewhere, though. I mean,
Yeah.
he's under a contract.
Yeah, I know, but for the reasons I laid out about,
Yeah, I mean, I get the
there's
goodwill
certain players
of it.
that won't fucking do that under any circumstance, and there's certain players throughout the history of the league that always do that.
Sure.
Jerry
There's
Rice
no
was one of those
allegiance
guys.
there at all. The way they cut guys just
Yeah.
make salary caps and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, there's no allegiance to that at all. The NFL's the only non-guaranteed fucking contract, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I believe so.
So
Yeah,
get your
crazy.
money while you can.
Be interesting. It's good to have Brady in the league, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back for another year. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Um,
Who knows? He might have a couple more years if he goes to San Fran.
yeah, he could. They're stacked as every bit as well as Tampa. We'll see.
Yeah.
Stay on sports for just a second. Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson, not facing. We find out this weekend he's not going to face criminal charges.
Not any.
None. They ran this up the fucking flagpole with a grand jury.
Yeah.
Gave him all the evidence, everything on both sides, and the grand jury went, "Yeah, not a criminal case."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That dude sat out a year and a year's salary.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah, I know he will be. But when you think about it, like, he could have at least been playing. No, there were no charges. There was this accusations and stuff.
Yeah,
So maybe that's a lesson going forward. With these, they just sat him because of all the bad shit going around.
yeah,
But he hadn't been charged with anything. It was
Yeah.
accusations. Accusations happen all the time. I know
Yeah.
it sounded bad. It
22
was
of
bad.
them.
Yeah, I
22
mean,
of them. But if you have a overzealous attorney that from what it sounds like, he was ordering these bitches from Atlanta, which is like the prostitution capital of America.
Yep.
For those that don't know, there's all kinds of massages. It's like Florida's pain clinics back in the day. You could just go in and just fucking get what you want. And so it sounds like a lot of these guys were flying super hot bitches in for massages. Who knows what they did, but that sort of work, not to besmirch anyone's good name, but you could see how it's like, hey, you want to get involved in this class action with us? Brittany, you were there. Samantha, you were there.
Right.
Did he look at you sideways?
touch his dick?
Yeah, did you touch his dick or his ass? Did he fucking rub your leg while you're giving him a massage? Like anything could, I'm not saying that these girls weren't assaulted. Not saying that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You would think a grand jury, they convene a grand jury for this.
I mean, for all the accusations and all that, it is surprising that not one charge or anything stuck or anything came down. I could see me going, okay, hold on, it's a little frivolous, but you guys,
three.
you got the real case.
Yeah.
You know.
He winked at you when you were leaving. That you get out of here. That doesn't count as sexual assault.
Right.
But none of them.
They gave you a shocker. Okay, you can sit. You can stay.
None of them said rape.
No,
no one said
the sexual
someone was
assault or
drugged and raped. I hate that. Sexual assault. What does that mean? The shocker?
Oh, I mean, whatever. Grabbing a titty is sexual assault. Anything.
Yeah, grabbing an ass.
Yeah, that's technically sexual assault.
Touching someone.
Smacking a chick on the ass is technically sexual
assault.
Yeah, I think technically, yeah.
But I would think,
I mean, guilty.
But does sexual assault also?
I mean,
if you grab a girl by the head and throw her on your dick, is that sexual assault or rape?
I think it's sexual assault until your dick goes in her mouth, and then it becomes rape. I think grabbing the head and shoving it there is sexual assault.
Okay.
And then once you shove your dick in her mouth, then it becomes rape. I think that's rape.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Siri, what is the difference between sexual assault and rape?
12 to 15 years.
What is it? Oh, God, it just pulled up a bunch of shit.
Oh, boy.
Many people use these terms interchangeably. That's as far as I got.
No. Okay. She was supposed to talk to us, I thought. It makes it cooler when she answers it.
I think you were sort of right,
Yeah?
counselor.
Oh, see?
Rape is legally defined as any form of unwanted sexual penetration. This includes penetration that is oral, vaginal, or the granddaddy,
Yeah. The anal. The big A.
the big A.
So I misspoke when I said the shocker would have been the sexual assault. That'd have been rape.
That'd have been rape. Yeah, penetration. Yeah.
Double rape.
I don't know if they'd give you double rape for that. I think they would just count that as one rape.
You're not three counts?
It's not three counts.
Not 3 counts?
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink, but it's not 3 counts.
Oh.
I think it's one.
Not for one for each?
Yeah.
All right.
Just like they wouldn't, for each pump, they wouldn't go rape, rape, rape.
Yeah. Okay.
They would just tag you with one, I
Gotcha,
think.
gotcha.
So if you're going to do an unwanted shocker on a woman,
Yeah.
don't expect 3 felony
If
charges.
you're not going to get...
I mean, I'm not
counts.
a lawyer. So, yeah, to be classified as rape, penetration may include a body part or an object.
Okay, yeah. There you go. You shove a baseball bat up somebody's ass, that'd be rape.
Yep. Sexual assault has a more broad definition. It is defined as any unwanted sexual contact. It is not limited to penetration, but also includes touching, fondling, molestation.
And shoving their face in your cock.
That's rape.
Yep. No. Until the penetration. That's what I said. There was a fine line. You cross that line.
What if she just goes,
As you cross.
and you're like, and you keep, but she's got that mouth door slammed shut.
That's sexual assault and attempted rape.
Okay, all right.
All right, I'm learning my way around this. See, I've been
Should
doing
have
a
been
bit
a
of
lawyer,
lawyering
too.
over on the side
Yeah,
myself.
what are you doing wasting your fucking time as an
Yeah,
electrician?
need to be more smug.
Yes, you do. So, after a Harris County grand jury was presented all the evidence and had the opportunity to hear from all witnesses, grand juries declined to indict Deshaun Watson. Dane Schiller, spokesperson for the Harris County District Attorney's Office, said grand jury proceedings are secret by law, so no information related to the inquiry may be disclosed. Rusty Hardin, it's his lawyer.
Oh, that's a great name.
He said it's time to let Deshaun move on. We are delighted that the grand jury has looked at the matter thoroughly, reached the same conclusion we did. Deshaun Watson did not commit any crimes and is not guilty of any offense. Now that the criminal investigations have been completed, we are happy to move forward with the civil case depositions. We will vigorously defend those cases with every ounce we have. There were no crimes here, but there is a plaintiff's attorney churning up negative press and churning up his clients hoping for a payday. These cases have been the product of a lawyer maximizing his own personal publicity at the expense of others, including his own clients. It's time to let him move on. It's very emotional for him. He thanks his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, Deshaun.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I think he got rub and tugs, and I mean, they could all be fucking full of shit for all I know. I mean,
No, I mean starting back in the league.
Oh.
I would take Deshaun Watson right fucking now. Right now. I don't think people give a shit.
No.
I don't think people... Can you run the ball? Can you throw the ball? Are you really good at doing that thing?
Yeah.
Then we'll forgive almost anything.
I think there's
I'm
much
tired
better
of the
teams.
Joe Mixons going to other teams when everyone passes over moral obligations.
He'll go
And then Joe
somewhere.
Mixon goes and cranks it out for Cincy. Joe Mixon knocked the bitch out cold on video.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this guy is young, stud, rocket for an arm.
He's not coming here.
Bring him to San Francisco.
Maybe.
Trade Trey Lance.
How ironic would it be if he went to Miami? If now that stuff's all cleared, they were like, okay, yeah, now we'll trade for him.
Yeah.
With the Tua after they got rid of the coach because he wanted to get Watson and they kept Tua. And then now that he's available, they're like, all right, well, I guess we can make that deal.
Sounds like the Carolina Panthers are going to go hard after him.
Well, that fits their mold.
He's got a no trade clause, and as soon as he waives that, it sounds like they're going to come in strong.
Okay.
But, God, the
Like I
Lions.
said, there's better teams out there than the Lions that he's not going to come here.
I know, but if you wanted to start over and have a forgiving audience, Detroit's not a bad landing spot.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You know,
it's not bad.
I think he could speed up the process by years. Years.
But yeah, they still don't have an offense. They just don't have any receivers.
I mean, go get one.
Yeah,
get Deshaun on the cheap, and then you go.
You're not getting Deshaun on the cheap, though. Is the thing.
Yeah, maybe not.
He's going to sign a premier deal now that there's no shit over his head.
Yeah, there's 22 civil cases.
You could have got him. Well, fuck him. That's his money. That's not.
Yeah,
I
true.
don't think they're going to suspend him for that.
Do you have any moral dilemma signing someone like him?
No. Oh God, no.
I mean, I imagine.
No, not at all. I mean, even if it was, he got a little handsy and a rub and tug, I can forgive that. Yeah. That's fine. I mean, you're out fucking raping, then I got
you're
got a
Cosby
different problem with that. But
there's a difference, right?
Yeah.
Can we admit as
if
adults,
after all this went through, they didn't actually end up even pressing a single charge, then I think it was probably pretty.
They didn't even charge him with being a dick.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
right.
a misdemeanor charge of being a dick.
Nothing, just hey, so we didn't waste all of our time.
Yeah, where he gets one of those gratuitous, $250 fines.
Yeah, you think that was just
Dropped
some of
off
them
his
got
record
together and fucking planned the whole thing.
Could be.
And then got more on, but there was like a core out on the chicks from Atlanta got together, started talking.
Yeah.
Hey, he'll just pay out $5 million.
Or this
split it,
lawyer,
$1 million each, and he took it and ran with it. He's probably the one trying to milk it up because he gets a cut of any settlement.
I think the lawyer that these girls had is one of those publicly visible,
Fighters.
Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Figer. Is it Atlanta's Figer?
Yeah, something like that. I think he's one of those guys, a showman out in the public making grand exclamations, and we encourage all girls to come forward who had anything, So it could be he smacks every girl on the ass when they fucking leave. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe he's a bad tipper.
Yeah. Could be. Could be.
Yeah.
70%. I was so glad to read the story. I'm trying to stay away from some of the more political things.
Okay.
But it so fucking angers me to see Biden, President Soup, trying to blame Putin for the gas prices.
Of course. And inflation.
And inflation.
Yeah.
Putin's price hike. You're like, dude, you're not really going to spin that as a thing, are you?
Are the ports even open yet? Are we still getting things in from ships?
I don't know.
Is Pete back from his maternity leave?
Pete's back from maternity leave, but who knows? I can't get a PS fucking 5. That's all I know. Wanted one for 2.5 years. Can't get it. Can't get it.
I went to look at tires at Costco.
Yeah.
When it was online.
Tires?
Yeah, I had tires for the truck, but I was just looking to see what kind of deal they had, and they had probably for my shit they were like 15 to 20 available that fit or whatever. 12 or 13 of them were out of stock. There was like two I could pick from.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know so many times these things where it's like, well, you got to have an answer. You'd be better off just going, look, man, I shut off the energy sector in America. I think in the long term, that's better for us to go green. That's my big hard-on move is green everything.
Yeah.
But it's really fucked you guys in the interim. So that's on me. Like, I'd have mad respect for that and go, all right, he's still a piece of shit, but at least he's honest about it.
Going somewhere.
Yeah.
Doing something.
This is the plan. It sucks right now, but it is what it is. It's not how politicians play. They got to spin it like they're awesome.
Of course.
And so all these fucking people, you mean Putin's price hike? No, asshole.
No.
Putin's been here for a fucking day and a half. Don't give me this shit. So let's see, for President Bolasoup, a new poll shows 7 out of 10 Americans think he's poorly handling the surge of inflation across the country.
Yeah.
7 in 10. So that messaging of Putin's price hike. No, dude. The rate of inflation grew by nearly 8% in the last year, with prices for everything from gas, bread, milk, and eggs soaring. Consumer price index increased 7.9% over the last 12 months. That's a 40-year high, going back to Carter, Jimmy Carter, the last fuck-up president, regarded by most as the worst president in the history of this country. Worst. He led to Reagan. He led to Reagan, right? Who won 49 of 50 states. So that's the last time that happened. President Soup has a 70% disapproval rating compared to 29% who approve. On gas prices, 70% also disapprove, 28% approve. Who are the 28% who approve of President Soup's handling of the
Show
gas
yourselves.
prices?
Raise your hand.
Is it just like the elite wing of Hollywood? Is it just A-list celebrities that have millions, hundreds of millions of dollars each, and they don't give a fuck what the price of gas is? Like,
I don't know. Or it's just people that just, it doesn't matter. He can do no wrong.
Yeah.
It's still not Trump.
Raj.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Still not Trump.
Still not
He's
Trump.
the best president ever.
Orange man bad. Over the past several months, Americans' wallets have been hit by skyrocketing inflation, and now Soup is feeling that crunch in his approval numbers. This is an ABC Ipsos poll, by the way. The White House faces similarly concerning numbers related to economic recovery, 58% disapproving there, a 12-month high. This presents a political problem for President Soup, who must navigate an electorate growing more frustrated across several sectors while attempting to manage an exploding war in Europe with firmness and authority. That dude screams firmness and authority.
Yeah.
Sure. More bad news in the ABC Ipsos poll. Soup's disapproval rating on immigration and the border, 59% disapprove. His rating on economic recovery, 58% disapprove. Climate change, 54% disapprove. Even on Russia, Biden was underwater. 51% disapproving. The public is divided on a hypothetical no-fly zone over Ukraine. I think a lot of people don't know what that would mean. No. They just want to go in with defenses and blah, blah, blah.
It's a weird, helpless situation where you feel like we should be doing more, which I believe, I don't know what that answer is, but I feel like that they don't probably deserve what they're getting. They
should give them the MiGs to Poland and let them at least have some. All they're asking for, and if you watch the coverage on TV, you have these people, like members of parliament in Ukraine, are on the ground fighting. And they're going, please, we just beg of you to send these fucking planes over that we know how to fix and fly. Send them to Poland so we can get them. You're not breaking any rules there.
Well,
and
no.
send us fucking guns and ammo, the shit we need that you can help with.
But you giving those jets to Poland means that Poland's giving their jets to them.
Yeah.
And then that would mean that Putin would declare war on Poland, I would assume.
Yeah.
As considering that an act of war, so now Poland is NATO. We gave them the planes that they gave to them. That's getting them fucking killed.
It's tough.
Now we're in.
Jenny,
now
listen,
we're in.
I hope you can answer that conundrum.
That's it. I mean, now you're in. So that I can see why that doesn't play out that way, or why why you're hesitant to do that. Like, well, we're just giving to Poland. Yeah, but Poland does that, and then Poland takes a bomb. It's NATO. You got to. Then you're obligated.
It's bad.
So
I was saddened to say, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but Benjamin Hall was seriously injured in Ukraine today. He's Fox News correspondent, and we used to interview him. He might have been a CNN correspondent at the time. He's a British journalist.
Another guy died too. Another U.S.
Oh
journalist
U.S.
got
journalist.
Shot. Yeah,
50 years old, shot in the neck at a checkpoint. Just opened fire into the car. But Benjamin, he's been a guest on this show when ISIS was wreaking havoc. He was over in Afghanistan during all that shit. He does great reporting. There's not a lot of updates on him, but anybody that's watching Fox News now, that's where he's a paid correspondent for. But he's on the ground in Ukraine and has been for weeks.
But he's shot but not killed?
They don't know the extent. All I read was seriously injured and in the hospital.
Shit.
So I don't know what the hell happened with him.
I think he got shot.
Maybe, or shelled, or,
Caught shrapnel, any of that.
Who knows? Crazy though, but that hit a little close to home because
he's shot. Maybe it was an attack they're starting to target journalists.
Yeah, could be.
That would be a problem too.
That's an Al Qaeda ISIS type move. Cutting off heads of Daniel Pearl and those guys. By the way, I think the courts recently found. I thought I saw this. Courts recently found the guys that beheaded Daniel Pearl in the Afghanistan Banana Republic courts.
Oh, really?
Found them not guilty, and they're letting them out of jail after
really?
20 years.
Okay.
On video, cutting his fucking head off. Like,
wasn't me.
Nope.
Wasn't me.
You got the wrong guy. Absolutely got the wrong guy.
We all look alike.
Yellick. Yellick. Get him back on the battlefield.
Aye.
Hey, happy D-Trans Awareness Day over the weekend. I didn't even realize it.
I'm sorry?
D-Trans Awareness Day.
D-trans?
Yeah.
I'm not hip to be square. What is a D-trans? What?
It's when you go, oh, shit. I have regrets about cutting my dick and balls off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So those people, they want to fucking have them living underground.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want any of those people.
No, yeah, exactly.
Now that we've got a few years worth of research on, let's just let a 16-year-old cut their tits off.
No, never regret.
No. It doesn't affect girls way more than boys either. Of
course
so
not.
they don't need our protection.
Nope.
You know, with cliques and all that shit, anybody that's grown up with girls in school and cliquey behaviors.
That's fucking unbelievable.
There are books about this they try to ban them.
Yeah.
The research is very clear that this is disproportionately affecting young girls who are going through some shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Anyway. So, yeah, they flooded social media. People did with their. I'm surprised they haven't banned these people.
I didn't hear anything of it.
Yeah.
For the record. I mean, I've been a little out of the loop, but.
Yeah. Yeah, you were busy all weekend.
Very, very.
Hashtag D-Trans Awareness. The testimonies come amidst national controversy over whether children should be able to attain such procedures. No, yes, they should. The younger, the better. Yes. This science experiment that you guys are playing out on these human beings.
Not going to end well.
But it's going to be fun to watch the history books written about this period when they go, what the fuck? This is going to go down like we look back at the early 1800s, 1850s. Yeah. How did people behave like that? What was wrong with them? This is going to be one of those periods where you take vulnerable people, clearly mentally struggling with something, depression, anxiety, whatever it is, thinks this is their fix.
Yeah.
And it's not. Oops. And you let her cut her tits off. Oops.
Yeah.
So, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has drawn fire, absolute fire, for calling transgender treatments for children child abuse.
Okay.
I would agree with him, so I guess I would draw fire too.
Probably, yes.
Enough people were listening. Twitter users who spoke out on Saturday said they began taking testosterone as soon as they turned 18. These users, many of whom are biological women, describe how they did not feel that they fit in high school or middle school and sought to find answers on the internet. Think about that sentence. How many people listening right now does that apply to? I didn't feel like I fit in high school or middle school.
Yeah. And were you different? Here's why.
Yeah.
This explains it all.
Yeah. I started taking testosterone at 18 because I was tired of not fitting in with other girls, so I thought I'd make a better man instead.
How's that going?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not good.
You never know.
And autism diagnosed later, and it all makes sense now.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Underlying factors.
name is-
Comorbidities, if you will.
Yeah. Her name is Allie. She does not want to give her last name for obvious reasons.
Sure.
She would be treated like absolute shit
Yeah.
if she were to give her last name and people identified her.
Would be on blast.
There's a big problem right now with hormonal therapy. It's being given as a rush treatment for gender dysphoria in young people. That therapy takes precedence over explorative therapy that might help dysphoric people understand why they want to be the opposite sex. Michelle, a biological woman, said that she sought a transition to a man. She began transitioning in 2010 at age 22, and then detransitioned in 2020.
Oh.
Yeah. I grew up as a tomboy who didn't fit in. Okay,
Shocker.
30% of girls.
Yeah.
Right?
Quite a bit.
Joe from The Facts of Life, the biggest crush on her, but
Exactly.
she worked on motorcycles. She was the
Yeah.
tomboy.
Definitely.
Was it Nancy McKeon?
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
All right.
Well done.
Pulled that out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was keenly aware of this by the time I was 7. I was too loud, too bossy, too impulsive, too emotional. The girls I made friends with felt conditional, like they would leave me the moment I did something wrong, and they did. For years, I struggled with this. I might have been set in my ways, but I certainly wasn't mean. I had no idea why it felt like so many people just immediately didn't like me. My parents enrolled me in social skills group therapy when I was 10. She began to discover activist gender conversations on the internet, how her mental health was suffering and how she became suicidal. I was vulnerable, desperate, and young. On top of that, I had people online telling me, if you think you're trans, you are. Oh, you are. And cis people don't think about gender this much. I heard the only 1% regret it statistic, and I thought I'd be fine. That could never be me. What reasons did I have to not trust them? Why would so many people tell me things that weren't true? Why would my doctors go along with it if I weren't really a man? Why would therapists risk my mental health if they weren't sure whether I would benefit from transition? That is the state of activist-controlled healthcare. There's one narrative that is acceptable, and every person who does not fit that narrative, who regrets transitioning or who returns to living as their sex, who talks about the potential for issues, is told to shut up. On hashtag DTrans Awareness Day, I call for safeguarding measures to be put in place for those considering medical transition, blah, blah, blah. Helena shared a picture when she was 15 years old, lonely, hated her body. She got sucked into gender ideology online. My school encouraged me, and I was easily prescribed a high dose of testosterone. It was very damaging. She showed photos with her transitioning to a man at 23. This is not rare. Why are we doing this? Why are we talking about detransition? Because it's important. It is happening. The stories will not be easy to accept. Medical scandals never are, but that doesn't mean they should be ignored. Quite the contrary. A 21 study by Dr. Lisa Littman, physician scientist, whose research is focused on gender dysphoria, showing that out of 100 detransitioners who participated in the study, 60% detransitioned after they became more comfortable identifying as their biological sex.
Okay, 60%?
Peer-reviewed study, and I don't know. I keep fighting.
I mean, I'm sure that seems high, but maybe. I mean, not. I was curious of what that percentage was going to be.
Yeah.
I know it's sure it's fucking 1%.
My dad and I went down the rabbit hole of watching this.
Well, yeah, doesn't he have like a trans speaker?
Hi-fi.
Yeah.
The hi-fi world is so small that even if one transitions, my dad's like, I don't give a fuck. So he's got a wig and makeup on now. I don't care.
Still knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, hell yeah, she can break down a hi-fi component. Anyway, you want to talk amps, preamps, whatever, tube amps. This dude can do it.
There you go.
You know, just a lady talking preamps, like all the ladies I know.
But that lady's qualified.
Yeah, absolutely.
So fantastic, exactly.
But we went down this rabbit hole with a girl.
Are you sure?
Used to be a girl transitioned to a boy.
Okay.
Cut her tits off. Oh, her tits were great too.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh my god.
How old was this? I mean,
young.
20s.
Yeah, and she's the one that talks like this because she started taking those hormones, and it forever changed her vocal cords. She'll never sound like a woman again.
Yeah.
But
She's
she's
trying
out
to
there.
live as a woman now.
I think she's back to being a woman.
Trying, but with no tits and a deep voice.
Yeah.
You may as well just keep going at that
And
point.
she's
Fuck
cute
it.
too.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yeah, it's a tough one to get over.
Well, you can get fake tits.
Still.
Would you rather have her dug like this, or would you rather dug with one of those boxes?
No, dog like this. Shit. Madison's
But
has
what
a
if you could
raspy
do the
voice.
the talk with the box thing, but it still had like a sexy voice?
No, I'd fucking take it from when she's sleeping and throw it in the garbage, and then she can't say anything. I don't want to hear that voice. It creeps me the fuck out. No.
Fair.
The peer-reviewed study also found that 49% of that group detransitioned over concerns about potential medical complications from transitioning. 38% detransitioned after coming to the view that their gender dysphoria was caused by something specific, such as trauma, abuse, or mental health. The majority, 55%, felt that they did not receive an adequate evaluation from a doctor before starting transition. Only 24% of respondents informed their clinicians that they had detransitioned.
Really?
Only 24% of them even told their doctor. They just, it's crazy.
Wow.
So one other girl, outspoken Grace Lidinsky Smith, shared photos depicting her transformation. On the left, me shortly after top surgery, 2017. This was the darkest time of my life. On the right, me recently. Life goes on, life gets better. Not without them titties you toss like a salad, though.
Oh, yeah, they're just gone.
Gone, yeah.
You can't like keep those, put them on a. Because if you had a great set of tits, you're
suppose you
going to
could
get rid
frame 'em.
of, right? Couldn't you use those as fakies?
I don't think it works like that.
No.
No, I think they just toss them in the garbage.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Titty going.
Seems
bad.
like there's a market for that.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Just titty meat in general's got to have some inherent value.
Yeah,
I
I'd
would
say.
think so.
I'd give it a shot.
On the dark web.
Yeah. Right? Lindsay Smith shared, Ladinsky Smith shared that no other decision in her life has impacted her so indelibly or caused as profound regret as my 2017 decision to transition female to male. As I write this, the mastectomy scars are twinging on my chest. 4 years later, I've grown older, wiser, and way more cautious, but the scars remain. Oh, you mean the fucking rational decisions you make as a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old don't hold?
Yeah.
Shock to anyone over the age of fucking 25.
I'm surprised by those numbers, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I should say that. I'm really not, but.
I've been fighting a lot with Ed Grabo off air.
Yeah.
But everything, because I'm sending him studies all the time. Like, well, what do you think about this, smart guy? And he's like, this is bullshit.
And then sends you a study back that says what his shit is.
It's all bullshit. They fucking took it all back. They took a knee on the whole argument. I'm like, all right, dude, whatever. But I love fighting with him. I know he does Ed personally does so much data research that he knows. And I don't like the way some of this is worded. And I'll be honest about that.
Sure.
60% out of 100 detransitioners who participated in the study.
Okay.
60% detransitioned after they became more comfortable identifying as their biological sex. That's not to say that of 100 people who transitioned, 60% of them will regret it.
True.
So they should point that out. They're saying of the 100 that were in this
study. That's the only numbers they have.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's the study. That's how all studies work.
Right.
So they're not doing anything different.
I just know from my arguments with Ed, he's going to fucking punch holes in this shit and act like,
okay. It's supposed to just be a sample size.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it.
Okay.
So it's
I like
percentage.
fighting with you better.
That's percentages. That's what it's all about. You can't test everyone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe there was a reason that the more of those people, flocked to this study. I don't know. Where it was at, the way it was promoted. I don't know.
Probably wasn't promoted at all.
Yeah.
It's probably buried. She's probably not allowed on Twitter.
Maybe.
Yeah, would be my guess. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, the girl that wrote the preeminent book, and I can't remember the name of it now, was yanked from Amazon's bookstores. And it was all about women being hurt, disproportionately because more women fall into this fucking trap as girls.
Yeah.
Thinking this is going to fix whatever they're feeling. And she wrote a whole book on it with the percentages to match. And they wanted the fucking community went after her.
Really?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and
once
her
you're
book,
in their sites, man, that's terrifying.
Once that book became available on Amazon again, it was the #1 bestseller in the country. So there are plenty of people interested in reading about this. I imagine parents that have kids struggling with this would be interested.
Yeah. You need data.
So she goes on to say, when I realized that being a trans man wasn't what I wanted anymore, I fell into despair. My body was permanently changed. The surgery was the hardest thing to deal with. Scars hurt. I missed the feeling of having an intact, unscarred body. I was convinced my life had been ruined. But somehow, eventually, even after the most catastrophic of mistakes, life goes on. It's still your only life. You still have to figure out how to survive. It took me a while, and I learned I could survive. Sans titties.
Yeah.
But still.
You can get new titties, though.
Yeah, but, if you had a great set.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a waste, but at least you can get them back.
That's like going, yeah, I took my Porsche and I threw it off a cliff. And then you going, yeah, but you could get a Yugo still. Mm-hmm. You could still drive. It's like, yeah, I can, but I put a brick on the gas pedal and let my Porsche just go off a cliff. Now you're suggesting a fucking Chevy Cobalt?
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's nothing like a real set of titties.
It's true.
It's all
That
I'm
is
saying.
true. Those are the best.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of
real titties are the NFL. Fake titties are the XFL.
We don't even know what the XFL is yet.
Canadian Football League.
Okay, that's fair.
It's the G League of titties.
Still fake titties better than no titties.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, how much money are you going to need in retirement?
Lots.
A lot. Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
Are you sure you're not going to outlive your money?
No.
Yeah. If you had a plan today, you could adjust as your life changes. Retirement doesn't have to be a mystery. Call Mark and Jay at LPL Financial. Learn the answer to one of the most important questions for your retirement. Call 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark or Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
The mayors of New York City and D.C., Washington, D.C., are advising the homeless people to seek shelter in public facilities to avoid an on-the-run serial killer. Have you seen the videos of this dude?
I haven't seen any of the videos. I heard the story. He's popping the homeless?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing?
Yeah. Dude, it's creepy. He's got like baklava. It's probably just a mask.
Baklava, that's a dessert.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the Baba
Ganoush?
No,
What?
it doesn't matter. A mask.
Ski mask?
Cover your face mask that the fucking people wear.
Oh, there's a, what's the name for that?
Glad bag. The whole
Pantyhose?
yeah. No, but he's wearing a mask of some sort, and he's like kicking this homeless guy who's sleeping in a sleeping bag, bright yellow sleeping bag. He just keeps like nudging him with his foot, and then just boom, shoots him in the head.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
dead.
Doing God's work.
He most recently struck Saturday morning, killing one homeless man and shooting another in the arm. A third homeless man in New York City was found in Tribeca on Sunday. Earlier this month, 3 homeless men, were shot and killed in separate attacks in D.C. Police now believe that the 3 D.C. men and the New York guys were all targeted by the same person. An internal memo that the NYPD sent out to precincts alerting cops about the pre-dawn attacks on homeless men, writing that in all incidents, victims were sleeping in a public space during the first platoon. Officers were directed to immediately go around the areas and keep an eye on the homeless.
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of cameras. Caught him on camera. It looks like a black guy,
Okay.
5'4".
Littleton.
Yeah, he's
just a wee guy.
He's just a wisp.
Yep.
Yep. Many asked where they expect the homeless to go. In New York City, there are estimated to be around 93,000
Oh my God.
homeless people.
Jesus Christ.
Around
How big of a-
1,600
How big of a
DC.
city is that? Like 100,000 people. What do you even equate that to? Livonia?
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean, I'm even just curious.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
crazy.
Yeah,
That-
it's the size of a city for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple thousand in Franklin.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm probably. It's a lot of people.
Cops in New York City have surveillance footage of a man believed to be black, about 5'4", fleeing the scene at the second shooting in the early hours of Saturday. Why bother? If they catch him, his bail will be set at what, $5 for equity reasons?
Yep, of course.
So, I mean,
Those stories just keep coming out, too. I just saw another one, the fucking murderer dude.
Yeah.
No bail.
murder.
Straight murderer.
Murder.
In for murder. Wasn't it a second murder?
Yeah, maybe. I think I saw the one you're talking about. It was literally a murder charge.
Yeah, murder. And they let him
Let him out
with
that
no
day
bail.
or something.
Yeah.
No bail.
So, yeah.
I say good. Keep. You know what? Keep pressing to have 12-year-olds transition and keep letting mass murderers out of jail with no bail. Fine. Let's see. Okay.
We're trending in such a great direction.
You want to do it this way? Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah.
I got my theories. Right?
Yeah.
I think you do too. Troy.
I do too. I just hope it ends before it gets too fucking crazy.
Imagine if when we were growing up, remember we would wait outside and we were 18 years old, 17 years old. And it was like, will you go in and buy us a case of beer?
Yeah.
And back then it was like, you shouldn't do that and buy kids beer. Now white guy would probably go to jail for 3 months
Oh, I'm sure.
for buying a kid beer. But
Yep.
back then
Contributed
it
to
was
the
just like,
delinquency of a minor.
yeah. Back then it was just whatever. Imagine if you could walk in and as long as we didn't steal more than $900 worth of beer or liquor, no one would have stopped us.
Insane.
Do you know, like, think about it. We were good guys.
Yeah.
We got into trouble from here and
I
there.
would just play the game as the rules allow.
Dude, if they would have said, we're not going after anybody that steals less than $900,
Okay. In.
we wouldn't have even gone after jewelry because we didn't need it. We wouldn't have cared about that. But we always needed beer on the weekends.
Yep.
We would have gone and stolen $899 worth of beer every weekend that they allowed that to go on.
Yep.
And that's us. Privileged as we were, we would have taken advantage of that.
No doubt. No doubt. And we didn't have a lot of money.
Right? I think I
yeah.
could say that with a
Without
level
question.
of certainty
Yeah.
that if that was the dumbass DA's decision,
Yep.
then in Farmington Hills, we're no longer prosecuting up to $900.
Let me know when you start again, because
Yeah.
until then, I'll be taking care of my shit every day.
Yeah.
And that's not even per day. That's per trip.
Yeah. Per trip.
Per trip. You could
Every
walk out.
day.
You could walk out to your car.
Troy, we would still be drinking the beer that we stole from those days. That, like, if they would have done that, we would have stolen $900 in
Yeah.
beer a day.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they only got so much beer.
We would have let them fill back up for a week, and
Just
then we
keep
would have.
going, store to store to store.
The New York attacks began in the early hours of Saturday when a homeless man was shot in the arm around 4:30 in the morning. This guy's not bad. This homeless guy thought on his feet,
Okay.
woke up and went, "What the hell are you doing?" And then he went, literally with his hands, thumb and pinky, like he was on a call, but it was 4:30 in the morning and dark. He's like, I'm calling 911. Hello, 911. And the guy's like, and ran.
Pulled the fake phone trick?
Fake phone trick. He didn't even own a cell phone.
That's awesome.
He just pulled the fucking pinky and thumb
That's
thing.
brilliant. Good move, dude.
Ring, 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 ring.
Imagine if he was just
you're in for it now, mister.
Imagine if he was just insane and actually thought he was actually calling the police.
He could have.
Maybe that's why he was so convincing. I was like, fuck, this guy must be really calling.
The suspect ran off into the night, only find the second. So basically, he got this other guy killed, though.
Yeah.
Because he made him run off 90 minutes later. He shot this other dude in the head.
Right, he had one. Well, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Saved himself. That's all he can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supposed to take one for the other guy fucking a mile down the road. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Right.
Good on him.
Yeah.
I might try that.
I mean, I could
I'm going to
see.
keep that one in my back pocket just in case the situation
bad.
ever arises.
I could see this one walking into a bank like this. This is a stick up. Give me all your money. Yeah. You know, put your hand like this or use your phone.
Yeah.
I got a gun and I see it's pointed at you. See? Like I could see that one, but this one?
Well, it's clearly dark, I would think, or is it
Yeah.
middle of the day? I don't know.
No, it's dark. 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, right. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So maybe got away with it.
It's a great move.
Did pull the old dip, 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 dip.
Yeah, 911. Is that you? See, I got the guy here. He just shot me for no reason.
Doot, deet, deet. Like the different tones for the 9 and the 1.
Deet, deet. Oh, you're in for it now, mister. They're going to be here any second. Boy, are you going to regret shooting me in the arm. The guy bought it, and he just ran off. Little guy, just 5'4".
Yeah.
City's crime figures show, let's see, double-digit surges in nearly every major category.
Not surprising. Not even a little.
Car theft soared by nearly 105%. Grand larceny.
That's going to go down now with the price of gas.
Yeah, that's true. That could be the one benefit of the
Bikes go up. Bike stolen rates go up by 400%.
yeah, but car theft goes away. We don't have car theft anymore.
Yeah.
That could be
Maybe.
You know, grand larceny jumped nearly 80%. Robbery surged 56%. 44% bump in burglaries. 22% spike in assaults. Rapes also saw a 35% rise in February. Crime wave comes under Mayor Adams' first few months in office. See, this is the part that sucks, man. This guy got elected. Mayor shitbag de Blasio got
Out.
tossed on his ass. I mean,
This is a cop coming in.
this was a cop.
You would think that he would
He
be.
ran on crime.
Yeah, right.
He ran on this no bail reform stuff. He said, this is nonsense. And the fucking woke elitist liberals of New York voted for the cop.
Yeah, but the DAs and all that shit are still elected, right? So I mean, they have to be voted out. You can't just come in there as mayor and change.
You could try to. He's trying to change the no bail stuff, but his COVID policies are outrageous still.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. It's because the court system's like federal, isn't it? Well, I guess. Well, no, there's federal court. I guess there's local court.
Yeah.
So I can take all my smug lawyering points back, points back
You
from
just
earlier.
dropped. You're
Back to
finishing this
zero.
class where Joe Biden finished in his law class, towards the bottom.
Well, I just meant that it's like a different governing body. I thought.
He says, let's remove the cash bail system. Judges should look at the case in front of them and say, this person has 2 gun arrests, and he's continually saying to the people of the city that I don't care about the safety of you. That judge should have the right to make the discretion that this person just be held. I would agree with that.
It seems legit to me.
He also said he was going to get rid of the
Violent crimes, especially multiple
problem.
offenders.
Yeah.
Let's reel that in. Let's keep them in check.
I imagine people around the country are getting tired of reading the stories just like we are of these people with a rap sheet that goes on 44 arrests, most of them violent, robberies, armed robbery, lots of assaults.
Yeah, tons. It's
know,
crazy the
you're a
rap sheet
menace
that
to
some
society.
of these people have.
Right?
Yeah, fucking exactly right.
And you can't call them what they are.
A menace to society.
A menace to society. They're just a human being. You know, back in the day, you'd be like, these fucking people are feral. Get them off the fucking streets. You can't say that shit anymore. So I don't know what to say. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Drinking your 40 in the hood.
Juice.
No,
I think it's juice.
I think it's 40. Don't be a menace while drinking your 40 in the hood.
The usual Mortimer?
Absolutely. You're on. Did you see? Yeah, look it up. Did you see the new way they're stealing fucking gas, too, by the way?
Oh my God, are they doing something other than the siphon?
Of course. This is the fucking cocksucker move of them all. They just slide under your car with a fucking bucket and a drill, and they go zoop, zoop, and they drill into the plastic fucking gas tank that's on the bottom of your car, pretty much everybody's fucking car.
Why weren't we doing that all along?
And then,
genius
the problem is, they get $100 worth of gas, and then you get $1,000+ bill to get your fucking tank replaced because you can't fix it. Like, fine, take it, but siphon it, you fucking lazy piece of shit. Don't ruin my fucking gas tank, too, you cock ass. What?
Pay up, you son of a bitch.
Damn. All right. Yep. The
We'll
usual.
hold it. The usual.
It'll probably be coming off your tab anyway.
Yeah,
Your balance.
I get to celebrate this for people listening, but usually in this house, I take a fucking sound beating.
Yeah.
And when we have Mortimer bets,
Makes it fun.
It does. It makes watching football games fun. You know, especially when you don't know the teams. You got that fucking perennial dollar bet out there.
Those late night Saturday games,
Yep.
or the Wednesday night games of the SWAC conference.
Yeah.
Middle butt fuck state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
East Lincoln butt fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unvaccinated Nets guard Kyrie Irving. This is getting hilarious.
Oh yeah. He still can't play.
No. But this son of a bitch went to the stadium Saturday and Sunday
Yeah.
and sat courtside
It's so
unmasked.
amazing. It's so amazing. I love it.
Oh, it's the best. I mean, nobody can explain this. Everybody knows it's absolutely stupid.
Yeah. He still has to if he's on the court,
Yeah.
but not sitting in the front row as a patron.
Yeah. New York City lifted the mask mandate
Yeah.
for the vaccine mandate for private sector employees. So instead, Irvin was allowed into the stadium because he wasn't working. So I'm just a fan.
How's he off? Was there off night?
No, they were playing
I mean, how's he not working? Because he's hurt?
because I don't think he gets paid. No, I don't think he gets paid for those games because he's not allowed to play at home.
But I mean, just because, yeah. I
So
mean,
he could still just be a fan.
I know. Well, okay.
So while New
Yeah, I
York
guess that's true.
Mayor
If he's not getting paid for those nights, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Eric Adams has erased the city's mandates allowing fans to attend games without presenting proof of vaccination, the mandate for local workers remains in place. So because of this discrepancy, the 29-year-old Kyrie Irving will continue to be sidelined for home games, though he is now free to attend games unmasked as a spectator.
Fucking hysterical.
He took advantage of the rule Saturday and made a return to the Barclays Center.
How do you people even look? I mean,
Yeah.
not even.
It's the power grab nature of it. And I'll explain
funny.
what
Wow.
the mayor is thinking. He needs to just drop this nonsense.
Goodbye.
Most of the country has moved the fuck
CDC
on.
has dropped it, haven't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
And these are just people that are holding on of their own fucking fruition.
Yeah.
They stood by the CDC when they made the rule. Like
Yeah.
that was hard and fast. And now the CDC says you don't have to.
Dude.
And they're like, yeah, I think we're still gonna.
This has fucked people up so much. Never in my life have I seen people protesting to take away freedoms. Like usually protesting is because
Yeah, it was taken away.
your
And you
freedoms
want
were
it
taken
back.
away and you want them. I want the right to vote. I want civil rights. I want to be treated the same at the drinking fountain or the fucking restaurant. There are kids holding school like rallies at schools demanding they close the schools until masks are demanded to be worn by all students. They want their freedoms taken away.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I know.
happening.
I know.
Mostly in the Seattle area, Portland area, somewhere like that. It's like
Well,
these-
it's shocking.
yeah.
Exactly. That's the
Hairy
they're special
bushed
kind of
women just
fucktarded
fucking-
up there. You know what I mean? Like all the
Yeah.
stupid shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Californian stuff. They're crazy, but they're just extreme. I mean, like the crazy shit comes out of Portland.
Portland.
Time after time after time.
Yeah. Seattle. Yeah.
Even more so. I mean, Seattle's got it too, but for whatever reason,
Portland's
maybe it's all the rain. They're all just fucked up in
Probably.
the head. And it's all those gray days.
That's why the suicide rates are highest in the country. You know, I feel it on
seems
gray days.
legit.
I feel better on blue sky days.
Could you imagine if 2 out of 3 or probably more, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is out there, are just gray and rainy?
Yeah. So he went and watched his alma mater, Duke, lose to the ACC title game to Virginia Tech before returning on Sunday to see his Nets beat the Knicks, thanks to Kevin Durant, who popped 53. I don't get it, Durant said, but at this point now, it feels like somebody's trying to make a statement or a point to flex their authority. But everybody out here is looking for attention, and that's what I feel the mayor wants right now is some attention. He'll figure it out soon. He better, but it just doesn't make any sense. It's unvaxxed people in the building already. We've got a guy who can come into the building. I guess, are they fearing for our safety? I don't get it. We're all confused. Everybody in the world is confused. Earlier on in the season, people didn't understand what was going on, but now it just looks stupid. Hopefully, Eric will figure this out. LeBron James is saying the same.
Oh, well, there you go.
Right. He's finally on the right side of history.
If Bron's on board, let's go.
This makes absolutely 0 sense. Thanks, Bron.
Okay.
Thank you
for chiming in.
It literally makes absolutely 0 sense. King James.
That's fucking brilliant statement
What a
right
take.
there.
Hot take. I expect that from my leaders. Mm-hmm. You know,
Yeah.
really.
Nowadays, yeah. That's about
spitting some truth.
Yeah.
You know.
dropping knowledge these days.
This is fucking great. Kings player Justin Holiday was permitted to play against the Nets at the Barclays Center because his employer is not based in the city. So
Right.
he's unvaxxed and can
Exactly.
play there.
And can play. Yes.
This law in New
That's
York.
the even funnier part
it's
of it.
just hilarious.
Yeah. It's not like if anybody that else came in had to sit
Yeah.
in New York if you weren't vax coming from another team.
Yeah.
You get to play because you're not based in New York.
Yeah.
It's fucking hysterical. It's pathetic, is what it is.
Yeah. So Adam Silver even said, this law in New York, the oddity of it to me is that it only applies to home players. I think if ultimately that rule is about protecting people who are in the arena, it just doesn't make sense to me that an away player who is unvaccinated can play in Barclays, but the home player can't. To me, that's a reason they should look at the ordinance. Mayor Adams has been confronted by people, and here's his take on it and why he's even... The mayor went so far as to tell CNBC last week that the current rule makes no sense. Mm-hmm. But even though he thinks it's ridiculous, he needed to guard against sending mixed messages to his constituents. Listen, I want Kyrie on the court. I would do anything to get that ring. So badly I want it, but there's so much at stake here. And I spoke with the owner of the team. We want to find a way to get Kyrie on the court, but this is a bigger issue. I can't have my city closed down again. It would send the wrong message just to have an exception for one player when we're telling countless numbers of New York City employees, if you don't follow the rules, you won't be able to be employed.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, it's not just one player. It's fucking everybody.
Yeah.
Just drop the fucking mask.
Drop the whole thing, dummy.
Yeah, talk to the CDC.
Yeah.
They'll tell you.
Can't you look at Texas, Florida, Michigan, all over the country and see, dude, we haven't been playing by your fancy, stupid rules
No.
for how long now, Troy? I haven't seen you with a mask since I got home.
No.
Not one time. No.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, I wanted you to go to the
flown.
post office on your way home from work and grab mail, and you walk up to the door and said, masks mandatory, and you went, go fuck yourself.
Yep. I
And
won't
so
get
now
the
I
mail
got to
today.
go get the mail.
That's true.
I have to make a special trip, not
Is the
just
sign
you
still
do-
on the door?
I think so.
Fucking fuck them.
Yeah, because it's a federal place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it just shows you how these greedy cocksuckers want to hang on to this power
But even exactly right.
so bad. Like,
Am
he
I wrong
can't just
that
admit.
the CDC said you don't have to wear masks anymore?
Yeah,
Right?
They said that.
Yeah. So
And-
these
and
people who are
so-
doing it now are going against CDC regulations.
So basically, who they're strangling now are janitors who work in federal buildings. And so these people have to walk around with fucking masks on.
it's awful.
Anybody in the New York system, hot nurses, policemen, how do you justify letting Kyrie Irving, a multi-gazillionaire, play a game of basketball on the Barclays floor, but tell these 3,000 cops they're fired for the same thing? He is in a tough spot unless he goes, yeah, these things were all, he had a chance. He could have come in because Mayor Dipshit, this all happened under his watch. If Adams would have walked into the office and said, day one, like fucking Bowl of Soup did, day one, I'm shutting off everything that Trump did. If he would have walked in and said, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
We're taking a risk like Florida and the rest of America and knock all this nonsense off, he would have been a hero.
Would have been, could have been, should have been.
Now deal with crime, dude.
Coulda-
Do crime next.
Yeah, could have dealt with the crime. He didn't, and he's paying the price. He ain't going to last.
No. And he's flipping out, blaming race and everything, too.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to play that card.
Yeah, right. Jussie Smollett,
Uh-huh.
jail.
Ha ha ha.
I just
Ha
love
ha
it.
ha ha ha.
Do you feel bad for him? Any party?
Not even a little bit.
Not
Not
even a
even a little bit.
Are you
No.
heartless? You don't
Yeah,
feel bad for him?
no.
I don't either. Good.
No.
So we're both not heartless.
No, I don't think so. No, I have no patience, no tolerance for that kind of fucking ignorance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or just whatever you want to call it, label
Selfishness.
it. X. Exactly. You could put 100 terms of what that is, and none of them are worth a piss.
Taraji P Henson, who played his mom Cookie
Yeah.
on the show Empire.
Yeah. She's been on a bunch of stuff. She's one of them strong, powerful women.
Yeah, she's good.
She's great. She's awesome. I can't
Yeah.
remember what else she was on, but like always plays that lead role.
Oh yeah, she's great. She has shared a post with the hashtag Free Jussie, typed in white text with a black background. She suggested the sentence given to him by the judge last week was way too harsh. She wrote, "I am not here to debate you on his innocence." Well,
Kind of. I mean,
you should be.
well, you're conceding that he was guilty, but you're saying that the penalty is too harsh.
Right.
Okay. So,
But we can agree that the punishment does not fit the crime.
can we? I can't agree with that.
I have to agree with Troy on this one, Taraji, and say no. We cannot agree that the punishment is too harsh.
Yeah.
Not at all. I think it's fair. He's gonna do little over 2 months.
Yeah.
Sentenced to 5 months, 150 days, and the judge offered day off for good behavior. So 1 day good be one day.
I tell you,
cut it in half.
There's a chance I could have had at least a moniker of fucking, sympathy for that piece of shit until he went off in the courtroom.
See, I
after
couldn't
his
even have it
sentencing.
then.
No, I'm saying up until then, if he would have like owned it and like taken it and be like, yeah, man, I fucked up, like, okay, maybe
Yeah.
thought it was a good idea, whatever. But the fact that you're still double, triple, quadrupling all of it down,
Yeah.
your whole suicidal fucking rant, all that bullshit.
And blaming the fact that you're gay and black
Right.
as
that
the reason
if
for
I
any
die, it's on
punishment?
you or whatever the fuck he said. It's bullshit. So I mean, even the smallest amount that I possibly could have had, if he took it like a man at this point and did it, I could have at least had some. But that was the last of the last
And
straw.
these people don't get it. By these people, I mean any supporters. So you're talking about his brother JoJo and Taraji P Henson. Like, they're quick to say, "Look, we can debate whether he's innocent or not." No, dude.
Why don't we have that first?
Well, yeah, and that debate already happened in a court of law, and his peers found him guilty as fuck. By the way, it wasn't even close.
No.
So
Like
she
I said,
goes
I
on
mean,
to
when
say,
you look at really what it was, with all the chances, all the opportunities, all the bullshit to finally just come out and be like, all right, dude,
yeah,
I fucked up, I did it,
Yeah.
I never did. It's insane.
yeah, he's playing the Lance Armstrong card.
Right.
Just going to go down in
Deny.
a ball of
And
flames.
that's in my
years.
wheelhouse. Deny. So
Yeah.
I respect that to
Yeah.
a certain degree. I don't have any sympathy for him.
But when you're talking about deny, you might be talking about something that affects one other person. That maybe you did something to, and you're like, "Oh, I'm taking this one in my grave."
No.
You fuck someone over. Did you cheat on me? Nope. No, I did not. It affects this person. Unfortunately, the whole country, probably the whole world, was watching this bullshit.
Yeah.
And watching you double, triple, quadruple down on every.
It was a huge fucking
huge story,
Yeah.
and it continued to fan flames that most people would like to just see calm down. Their daily interactions with, gay people, black people, Latino people are not a fucking problem.
What was the timeline with this and the was this before or after
Floyd?
the Floyd thing? Yeah.
I think it was before it,
It was before that, right?
or right around it.
That's what I'm trying to. I know it's close, and I'm trying to figure out which was which. But especially if it was after, you know what I mean? I mean, not that it's ever okay, but like after that, like intentionally doing the whole race thing like that is fucking sick, man.
Yeah, and I love when people do this too. What Taraji P Henson is doing, which is take the trans argument, for instance, and go, "Oh yeah, well, what about a hermaphrodite? Someone born with both?" It's like, okay, take the one outlier freak condition and try to make the whole argument about that.
Yeah.
Like, no, it
The
doesn't
less
work.
than 1%, probably.
So to say, people have made the argument to say humans have 10 fingers and 10 toes, and they go, "Yeah, but that kid was born missing both his thumbs, so it's not true." Well, okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
It's not really a fair comparison. It's still probably right to say humans have 5 fucking
Supposed
10
to.
fingers, 10 toes.
Should.
Taraji P Henson goes to the worst thing, and the thing that's going to pull the hardest on people's emotions about this topic in general. So we don't want to, I'm not here to debate you on his innocence, but we can agree punishment does not fit the crime. Emmett Till.
Oh, boy.
So we're going back to Mississippi, 1955 again.
Wait a minute. That's that escalated quickly.
Yeah, right.
That's the next words out of your mouth is Emmett Till.
Emmett Till was brutally
Has
beat
nothing to fucking do. Well, okay.
and ultimately murdered because of a lie, and none of the people involved with his demise spent one day in jail, even after Caroline Bryant admitted that her claims were false. No one was hurt or killed during Jussie's ordeal. He has already lost everything. To me, as an artist, not able to create, that in itself is punishment enough. He can't get a job. No one in Hollywood will hire him.
Yeah, well, fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
So, and again, as an artist who loves to create, that is prison.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's your prison?
Yeah.
That's your prison? He's going to find out what fucking prison
Yeah.
is.
So by that logic, why don't we let Harvey Weinstein out of jail?
Yeah, right?
I mean, he's not going to be able to make movies anymore.
Right?
As an artist.
What about the greatest meth cook in the fucking world?
Yeah.
What about the perfect fucking assassin? That's his art.
Yeah.
If
It's
you
his
can't
art,
do
sure.
that, then he can't create. Then
Yeah.
what the fuck?
My prayer is that he is freed and put on house arrest and probation, because in this case, that would seem fair. Please, #free Jussie.
Oh, Jesus. And nobody said the other shit wasn't wrong, too.
Yeah.
Two wrongs don't make a right. Just because that
Exactly.
happened and it was wrong, and right now, it'd be a whole nother story. Back then in fucking Mississippi or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, 1955.
Yeah, okay.
Mississippi.
Yeah, clearly,
Yeah.
we're not, why are we comparing that to now?
Yeah, and
yeah, that did happen. And we could talk about shit before that was a lot fucking worse than that.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it, but what the fuck does that have to do with right now?
Yeah. This country was the first to abolish slavery, by the way. Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe there's other ones that never did it in the first place that might rank
Where?
higher. I don't know. Is there anybody that didn't have slaves?
No.
No, there's none?
Fuck no. Maybe
about-
some fucking island nation somewhere.
I bet you Africa didn't have slaves.
Yeah, I bet Africa had more slaves than we did.
Maybe.
Guaranteed. Yeah, African slaves were brought from Africa to the Americas or the West.
Were they already
and
slaves
And they
there?
were already, and there was another equal amount sent to the East. Like 13 million at a pop.
Yeah. So how did Africa get their own slaves? They were given all
Oh,
theirs
they were
away.
fucking, dude. They had the trial run. They had the beta research.
Just grooming them.
Yeah, they-
All right, man. You get on that field, man. Another 4 hours. You have no idea what it's going to be like when you get to Mississippi.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's bad. And there's still fucking slaves all over the world.
There are a lot, yes.
In fact, I was listening to Rogan. He was talking to Coleman something.
Young?
And no, not Young. But they were talking about this very thing. Black guy, Coleman. And he's had enough of the woke shit, but he's pro-immigration, that kind of stuff. This is from weeks ago. But Rogan said there's more slaves today in America, in the world, than there were when we abolished slavery in this country.
Really?
And they fucking looked it up, and it's mind-blowing.
No shit.
Tens of millions of slaves currently. And by the metric that this was measured, not any easier life for these slaves than the slaves back in the day.
Well, I believe that.
No, so it's not any easier.
I wonder percentage-wise what that's like, though.
There's
a
like-
gajillion more people. There's a fucking like 1,000,000 times more people now.
You'd think we'd figure this out, though. There's like 10 million
Well, no, I'm not saying that it's
slaves and-
okay, but there
yeah.
might have been, a million slaves back then, and there might be a 1.5 million now, but now there's...
Oh, no, there's
30.
tens of millions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, compared to, I don't know, I'm just saying.
There's like 13 million in
What if
China.
it was like 50% back
India
then?
has the
now
most.
It's only 1%.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, the population of the planet was 2 billion in 1970. It's 8 billion now.
People need
So
to stop
yes.
fucking.
Yeah, no
Well,
shit.
not stop fucking, just start pulling out. More anal.
Henson's post was liked by several celebrities, including Gabrielle Union,
Oh, good.
Sam Jackson and his wife LaTanya, as well as others who echoed their support for Smollett and urged Judge James B. Lynn to not sentence him to any jail time. His brother, JoJo, urged supporters to flood social media with posts, #free Jussie, and directly tag Cook County Jail. I want to make it clear to folks that he is in no way, shape, or form at risk of self-harm. He added that Jussie's been placed in a psych ward at Cook County Jail. So Jussie is currently in a psych ward at the Cook County Jail. What's very concerning is that there was a note attached to his paperwork and put in front of his jail cell saying that he's at risk of self-harm. Lynn granted him day-for-day eligibility, which means behaves himself, he gets day off for every day served. They've gone through this. So this guy wants to gin up, his brother wants to gin up the public, to write to the jail and tell him this is bullshit, he shouldn't be in a psych ward. But when you read about the situation,
I think just by his actions, he can be in a psych ward as far as I'm concerned.
they said Smollett is in a psych ward because it's also the area where they house high-profile inmates. Smollett is not being held in solitary. He enjoys substantial time out of his cell. The use of solitary confinement was abolished by the Cook County Jail in 2016, and any claims that he's being held in this manner is false. Okay, so there's your answer. JoJo, you keep saying you can't get any answers about it. That seems pretty clear.
Well, then why wouldn't you pretend to be crazy and want to kill yourself so they put you in the mental wing if that seems like it's a little nicer place?
Well, that's also where they put celebrities and, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's a high standard. There's a lot of crazy.
Yeah, it's true. Different levels.
Mr. Smollett is being housed in his own cell, which is monitored by security cameras in the cell and by an officer wearing a body-worn camera who is stationed at the entrance of his cell to ensure that Mr. Smollett is under direct observation at all times. As with all detained persons, he's entitled to have substantial time out of his cell in the common areas on the tier where he is housed, where he's able to use the phone, watch TV, and interact with staff. During times out of cell, other detainees will not be present in the common areas. These protocols are routinely used for individuals ordered into protective custody who may potentially be at risk of harm due to the nature of their charges. So child rapists would fall under a category like that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Their profession or noteworthy status. I would think Jussie Smollett would fall into that group. The safety and security of all detained individuals, including Mr. Smollett, is the office's highest priority. The actor's brother said he hasn't gotten clear answers about why Jussie is allegedly in a psych ward. He urged supporters to flood the social media in an attempt to figure it out. Well, here, can you read this?
Yeah.
Because they kind of explained it.
I have a theory.
I think in jail they have a lot of protocols and rules.
Generally.
That's how they operate. They don't make special fucking deals for individuals. They have that shit in place.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't look
It's what
good.
they do every day.
If Cook County Jail lets Jussie Smollett get murdered in prison, in jail, doesn't look good.
No, see, that's it. He's calling the shot. You're hearing it here first. Jussie didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
He's going to hang himself in his fucking cell for the notoriety of it. He's
Yeah.
going to go out in a blaze of glory. He's going to hang himself. And
He's
going
not,
to go
though.
out of a limb on his way to say that he's not going to kill himself and he's going to do it just to make it a big story.
Thought about that potential. Here's the thing. His attorneys and himself asked for this. Guard at his door at all times with a body cam and security footage, blah, blah, blah. And so they did that on their request. Okay, we have nothing to hide here. This is how it's going to be.
We'll see.
We will see.
We will see.
Smollett told his attorneys before his court appearance that he would get a harsher sentence than most convicted of a non-violent offense because he's black, calling it proof of systemic racism.
No, you were convicted of systemic racism.
Yeah.
That's why you were sentenced to that. Not the opposite.
Yeah.
What you did was racist.
Yeah.
That's why you got a bigger penalty.
And yeah, and you know what? You didn't just walk by a bee's nest. You fucking threw rocks at a hornet's nest.
And
You
still
knew-
do.
Yeah. There's lots of things you could have claimed. You could have claimed some director groped you in the butt. You know, oh my God, it's a gay man. I was groped by. You could do all types of bullshitty things if you want.
No, you played on the fucking race card.
You played on the race card at a time when tensions couldn't be tighter, couldn't be higher, the tensions. And you did that. And not only that, you've never owned it once when it's obvious to everybody in the country.
Yep.
Even people who support you are going,
Still, even after you got fucking called out, still haven't admitted it.
Yeah.
Deny.
and you, as a gay black man, leaned on the extreme privilege you get from that in this country currently. And actor privilege kicks in, celebrity privilege kicks
No,
in.
the gay black is a hindrance for him.
Yeah,
That's what he played
He's
on.
the only gay black man to be hindered
Yep.
by being gay and black in America today. The only one. Don Lemon would cry that too.
Yep.
Yeah, both wealthy.
Tragic.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to get as much as you can out of this country and then shit all over it and try to spin us back into a a race war? Is that what you're looking for, Jussie?
No, it was
to up
it was
your
headlines.
career.
It was a hot topic at the moment to get him right to the top of the headlines.
Was it Kim Fox? Was that the
Yeah,
prosecutor?
she still came out fucking twatting about him.
Yeah.
Saying that it was bullshit.
Yeah.
That they shouldn't have been found guilty. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Moron.
You went out of your way as the prosecutor to prove this guy's fucking innocence after you got called by Michelle Obama's right-hand chick going to bat. So, Jussie, you used your immense fucking level of privilege that you think everyone else has. You used that privilege to get celebrities to go to bat for you, to get prosecutors to go to bat for you, to get politicians to go to bat for you. And it was clear and obvious you were guilty as shit from day one.
Yeah. Still.
Obvious. Everybody knew it. And all they did was sentence you to 5 months. Shut up, do your time,
Yeah.
and move on. No one feels sorry for you.
No.
No one.
Nope.
And it has nothing to do with your skin color or who you sleep with.
Exactly. No,
None.
it's because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
What you did was shit.
Yep.
And no matter which way you play that, if you do that, you're shit.
The hypocrisy is just astounding. This is what the judge said to him. I believe you did damage to actual hate crime victims. These are people
It's
who
a
have
great rant, by the way.
Yeah, it is a great
It's
rant.
a great rant.
Watch the whole thing if you
Yeah.
get a second.
Yep.
It's these are people who have a difficult time coming forward. There may be some trepidation. I don't know if they're going to be accused of acting like you, pulling a stunt like you. I don't know. If first responders are going to be more hesitant, I hope it's not the case. You're just a charlatan pretending to be a victim of a hate crime. Yeah, and he went on.
Oh, well, yeah, it goes a lot deeper than that, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the big one was.
I don't remember. But I remember watching it going,
Oh,
damn. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
You fucking tell him.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, and then
Go
he
off.
went on his whole fucking black fist up, and I'm
Yeah.
not suicidal, and I didn't do it, and like,
I am
dude,
innocent.
Yes,
No,
shut
dude.
up. Shut up. I am not suicidal. He must have said I'm not suicidal, what, 10,
Yeah.
12 times
Yeah.
on his way out of court?
That was absolutely a plan. Don't let
Exactly.
anyone. He knew he was going to jail,
Yep.
and that was his plan. You know, put on a great acting performance. Shut up and do your time. And these people supporting him. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Students at a Catholic girls' school. Not going to be as fun a story as you think.
Oh, come on.
I know the outfits.
Nope. Is there pictures?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Remember coming home from school, seeing the Mercy.
Oh, dude, do I? Oh, boy, do I.
We were
I
their
even
age.
got-
We were their age at the time.
No, you here even better though. I grew up in Kimberly, where the like Beachview there are, and then I had to walk or ride my bike because I was too close to the middle school to get a fucking bus. So
Okay.
I had to either walk or ride my bike
To which?
to
East?
east.
It's a hell of a bike.
You got to
walk.
cross two main fucking roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But so that those two main roads is where Mercy is. So I used to see Mercy girls
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
on the way in and the way
skirts.
out. Yeah. So sixth grade got me primed up for the Mercy girls. I was a big fan.
Not now. We don't look at them now.
Oh, I
Back
said
then.
sixth grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6th grade, 12th grade.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, yeah, it didn't stop. Well, I was too young for him then, but
Yeah.
that ended.
So, anyways, these girls in Rochester, New York, protested outside of Our Lady of Mercy School for Young Women last week after graffiti, including the N-word, was found on the bathroom wall.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. You know, it's just a...
Did it? Right?
a racist
Did they
society.
or didn't they?
What
So
do you
we should
think,
play a little
folks?
game on this, right?
What do you think?
Racism or plagiarism or whatever,
Bullshit.
or fraud? What do you call it? Fucking.
This school is filled with a bunch of N-worders.
Oh,
Yeah.
N-worders.
Yeah.
Okay.
N-words.
Yeah. People who annoy you.
Naggers.
Yes.
Yeah. This school is filled with a bunch of N-word. Get out or else.
Oh, that's a threat.
That
See,
is.
the first one was just a statement. Mm-hmm. Not really any harm involved in that. I mean, it's not of the best taste, but collectively, it's not threatening. It's just a statement.
Yeah.
And then they fucked it up. Then they went into threatening. So now it's a hate
Yeah,
crime.
but we haven't established what else means.
Oh, that's true.
Get out or else.
That's fair. It's an
I'm gonna-
open-ended threat, but you have to assume the worst.
I'm going to pour a glass of water on your head. You know what I mean? Get out or else.
Or I'm gonna
gonna
get out,
steal
or I'm gonna transfer.
Or else I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
We haven't established
Get
else.
out, or I'm not making the basketball team.
4 sources, including 2 in government, have confirmed that the N-word graffiti found in Mercy High School bathroom wall, which led to upset and protest, was written by an African-American student.
Oh!
Couldn't see that coming.
And there it is.
Boom. Oh yeah. Wow.
That's where the smart money was.
This is going to get to be a boring story like
Yeah.
TOEIC stories.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
Teacher of the Year candidates. Oh,
Exactly.
you hot teacher, fuck student. How many of these stories am I going to have to do? Like, they got boring after a while. It had to be like you went off.
Now you're gonna have to look for a real one. You're
Yeah.
gonna try and find a real circumstance of this because they just don't seem to exist.
No, they don't. They're all fucking hoaxes. All of them. Attention-seeking children. Some part of this pisses me off, though. The investigation was led by the Brighton Police Department, full cooperation of Mercy administration and faculty. As we know, obviously, you're not going to hinder the police search into that. During the investigation process, one of the students confessed, "It was me that wrote on the bathroom wall." Yeah. For legal reasons and in accordance with confidentiality, the student will not be identified. Mercy has a zero tolerance for this kind of behavior. Appropriate and maximum disciplinary action has
Look
been
at the
taken.
paddle.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
Ruler across the knuckles or paddle that can.
Oh yeah, across my lap. Come
Love
here.
it. Even though closure has come to this single incident, there's so much more work to do to understand what people are feeling and fearing. Our students in our community are distressed and hurt. Mercy will work to help to heal the wounds caused by this incident, as well as help heal deep-rooted related feelings this incident has brought to the surface. Really?
See, I have compassion for that student. I assume it's a female because it was a girls'
girls'
Catholic
school,
school. Because while it was a mistake, she owned it. Congratulations. You're not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
As big of a piece of shit as Jussie.
Absolutely true. And I think it's fair not to identify her. I don't think there's any reason to
Could be
have
a cry for help in those times.
and you put a teenager's name in an article in the press.
Oh, yeah,
that
you
will be
can't do that.
Googleable forever and will impact that person's life. I'm willing to extend my benefit of doubt.
There you go. I love this new leaf of yours.
Oh, no, I've been-
extending the benefit of
I'm
the doubt.
extending the benefit of the doubt anytime
it.
I can.
Yes.
I will not do that for Jussie.
No, we did at first,
Yeah, sure.
but then it was unextended.
Then they go on.
Distended.
They say that students, before the student confession, students protested, of course, any chance to get up out of school and protested some injustice you've all suffered. Of
course.
So the students just get a free couple days off school to go march around and act like fucking tough people. Some holding Black Lives Matter signs, of course. Where have we seen this? Happening this morning, girls from Our Lady of Mercy are outside supporting one another after the racist message was discovered yesterday. Students were interrupted during school last week with an announcement about the graffiti. Please pardon this interruption for this important announcement. This morning, we found graffiti in a high school bathroom that wrote out the N-word and said, "Get out or else." We are investigating this and will hold those responsible, whether they are Mercy people or not. The announcement said, let's be clear. Anyone who uses this language and is disparaging to our Mercy girls and community is not welcome at Mercy. We are unequivocally a school that embraces diversity and inclusion. We're a Catholic school committed to gospel values of faith, hope, and love. The world is full of hate and violence. We want all of you to reflect on how Mercy can be a place of love and peace, blah, blah, blah. What role do you play in creating such environment? Here's where I have a problem. Counselors, administrators, and Mrs. Dickey will be available in the Wellness and Counseling Center during advisement and throughout the day to support anyone who feels unsafe. We will convene assemblies on this topic this week and will be notifying your parents. Thank you, blah, 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 blah.
After it being a hoax, acting like it's real. Well, maybe people are hoax shook.
No, this is part of the bigger problem that they're not grasping. Stop treating these young adults or even middle school and high school kids as if every perceived injustice is life-shattering.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you like. These kids have all heard the N-word. They all sing it on the school bus on the way to work when they're listening to their favorite rap albums. They all know the word. This is not a life-shattering event where we need to draw counselors in. Did fucking Uncle Lou finger you? Because if that's the case, then we need to get
Come on and have a
counselors
talk.
involved.
Yeah. I had to read that.
I had to hear about it. You announced it over the fucking PA to the student body.
Right?
Why?
And it was a hoax. So...
And it was a hoax.
Yeah. Well,
So the more you keep feeding this behavior, like these children need counseling, and we're all here for these kids are not shattered. They're taking full advantage of this.
Yeah.
Nobody in this country is seriously shattered, but I don't believe it.
I'm surprised it keeps being young black girls. seems like there's multiple times that we can see in the story. I mean, I guess I don't know the ratio wise, but
Yeah, because they get attention.
and that's what I think it is.
Right?
It's like it's more of a cry for help than I mean,
Yeah.
it's a shitty way to do it, but
Is this like today's
It's just
version
surprising
of
to me.
calling in a bomb threat to a school so you get the day off?
maybe I mean I think that's an odd way to go about it.
Yeah.
but it's got to be harder to do that. There's no payphones to do it from anymore.
Yeah, right? It's crazy.
Hard to
Anyway.
be absolutely anonymous anymore. Everybody's tagged with everything they ever do.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to ever stop doing those stories, though.
No,
I think they're important.
yeah.
I really
like I said,
do.
the trick will be
because-
to find one that actually is a racist, attack.
Yeah. And if this cause
legitimate.
just know that when someone makes a claim like that, it doesn't go through any sort of vetting at all. It's
No,
a fact.
rush to press.
And the media jumps all over it and throws it on the fucking front pages of every newspaper they can, and every talk show debates it.
And every time it gets a little more investigated, it falls apart a little more, a little
Yeah.
more, a little more, and then
nobody
finally
talks
somebody's
about
like,
that.
and then it's just done. Yeah, it just
And-
falls apart.
There's no like, we're sorry to the community members who we whipped up into a frenzy over this false story once again. You'd think we'd learned our lesson since 99 times out of 99, these turn out to be hoaxes.
No, that's why they have to have the counseling and all that shit, so it act like it's still a real event, even
Yeah.
though it turns out it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was bullshit. But
And
they have to act like it was because they made it into a thing, so then it still has to be a thing.
Well,
Well, then they should prosecute the way they would have if it were a white person.
yeah. And the fact
that's
is,
that's a reality of it because the act didn't change.
right.
No matter what the motive was, the crime didn't change.
Yeah.
If a white person did that for 10 different reasons, wouldn't have made any difference whatsoever.
No.
They'd have been prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was just because it was done under a different pretense and done by a black person, it shouldn't change
No.
by any stretch.
No, and the more you hammer these people, like Jussie Smollett, maybe
Yeah,
people learn, like,
right, exactly.
you know
Stop
what?
acting- give 'em a
It's
free
not-
pass.
It's not good to fuck around with this stuff because it works people up, and people are offended enough and pissed enough that I might go to jail for this.
Yeah.
And you might do real time. I remember, I don't know if you'd remember this, T. I think it was when we first moved to Farmington Hills, and there was another family that moved in around the corner, Arabic family, and I'm probably fucking up the details, but I'll give you the broad of it.
Fair.
That someone in the middle of the night had spray painted "Go Home Arabs" or something on their garage.
Yeah. It ended up being the kid, right? Is that what you're,
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think it was.
might be something else I'm thinking of.
But the fact is, even in the case where it really was someone, because it's not like those incidents haven't happened historically.
yeah.
The neighborhood rallied around. Like everybody recognizes that
was bullshit.
The real piece of shit in this is the fucking guy that wrote that.
Of course.
And I remember vaguely my mom going over and helping scrub down the garage. You know what I mean? Like that's what normally would happen with normal people. Like we all recognize anybody that would write something like that on someone's garage or front door
Yep.
is a fucking asshole. We
True.
support
Period.
you wholeheartedly. So the idea that this is written somewhere, whether hoax or not, is emblematic of the country. It's just wrong. It's just flat wrong.
Agreed.
That's not how normal society views things, and most people are just like, no, this is crazy. I wouldn't support that. I don't find it funny. I think that's fair.
It's totally fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to quit fucking.
Writing negative shit on walls. I feel you. Let's
Or-
start it.
Nah.
Let's get behind that.
I don't mind the isolated incident where someone writes something negative on a wall, hoax or not. That's going to happen. Human beings are shitty.
Yeah.
What it doesn't need is 8,000 papers across the country and 1,200 news stations
Immediately reporting it,
Immediately
blowing it
reporting
out.
it as
Yeah.
fact, flying choppers down to be on the scene. This is a mock-up of what the bathroom actually looks like inside the school. We've got a model here of what the bathroom looks like. The mirror would be positioned on the east wall, and it was written in lipstick. Like,
Breakdowns, yeah.
yeah. So the perp would have walked into this door just like this with this sort of handle. It's a cobalt handle. Would have walked in there and would have, like, no, we don't need this.
No.
What are you doing?
The internet and the 24-hour news cycle are the death of this country. man.
Death.
The death of this
Are
country.
we part of the death of this country? Or are we just calling play-by-play as it happens?
We're just play-by-play. I think that's a great analysis of it. It's more of a play-by-play than when we're,
Yeah.
I would take that.
All right. Fair enough.
We'll be like Madden and Summerall.
Yeah, there you go. I
Boom!
hope so. Boom! You see what he did there? Went right into the locker room. All right, let's get out of here, T.
Yes, please.
I'm getting hungry. Getting hangry. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We certainly appreciate it. Send your emails, really, seriously. Use MyPillow TDC. I know most of you have logged out by now, but yeah, promo code TDC. I see when you guys make purchases. Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. It's the little bit that trickles into us right now, so
Keep it afloat.
appreciate it. All right, have a good rest of the day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Jenny Fedorovich tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So we'll have her here. That should be
Brush
a
up
lot
on
of
my
fun.
Russian.
There you go. It's not hard language to learn. You just talk like this and you know Russian.
Perfect.
I've been speaking Russian for years.
Very nice.
All right. See you tomorrow.